This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Now, let's catch up on the action and excitement of Augustana athletics as we roll our Augustana Sports Update for this week.
Last weekend, Coach Dave Krause, Augustana women's basketball team, picked up a pair of home victories. The Vikings improved their record to 10-4 overall and 6-4 in NSIC action as they knocked off Bemidji State 99-82 and got past Minnesota Crookston 94-83. In the win over Bemidji, Riley Norgard scored a career-high 22 points, while Shantiva Ashley matched her with 22 and dished out 5 assists. Rihanna Gullickson added 19 points and 5 rebounds, with Sydney Rome coming off the bench to score 12. The Augustana ladies shot 50% from the floor, hit 21 of 24 at the line, and shot 8 of 22 on three-pointers. Then on Saturday afternoon, the Vikings fought off a determined Minnesota Crookston team for win number 10 of the season. Augustana got out to a 52-39 halftime lead, but UMC fought back in the second half and trimmed the Vikings' lead to 4 with 2:47 to play. But Augustana outscored the Golden Eagles 9-2 the rest of the way to secure the victory. Shantiva Ashley scored a career-high 25 points, while Rihanna Gullickson added 22 points and Emily Schulte 16. Riley Norgard grabbed a career-high 14 rebounds to lead the team to a 48-39 advantage. Schulte dished out 5 assists, and Gullickson collected 3 steals. In men's basketball, Coach Tom Billiter's team split a pair of home games. The Vikings fell 97-79 to Bemidji State before coming back to defeat Minnesota Crookston 79-61. Bemidji State shot a school record 71% in their win over Augustana. Casey Schilling led the way for the Vikings as he tallied 18 points and grabbed 5 rebounds. Daniel Jansen added 13 points. Then on Saturday night, Augustana came back strong to secure the win over Minnesota Crookston. The Vikings, who moved their record up to 10-6 overall and 7-3 in NSIC play, got out to a 41-32 halftime lead. They extended that lead to 23 points in the second half before bringing home the 18-point victory. Double-figure scores for Augustana were Daniel Jansen with 19 points, Casey Schilling with 18, and freshman Devin Gilligan with 12. Schilling also snared 8 rebounds to lead the team to a 33-28 advantage off the glass. In addition, Casey passed out 4 assists and thefted 3 steals. And in wrestling, Coach Jason Reitmeyer's team rolled back into action after the holiday break with a decisive 39-6 NSIC victory over Minot State at the Elman Center. 3 Vikings recorded pins: Sean Hattelstad at 149 pounds, Tim Weber at 165, and Sean Derry at 184. Other winners for Augustana were TJ North at 125 pounds, Morgan Engbrecht at 133, Jacob Anderson at 141, Jade Docken at 197, and Michael Lauman at 285. With the win, the Vikings improved their dual meet record to 6-2 overall with a 2-0 mark in NSIC competition. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augustana men's basketball with Coach Tom Billiter. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, and by Mid-Continent Communications, the connection that counts. Augustana Sportscene is also brought to you by Life Touch, photography for a lifetime, and by Graham Automotive, real service, real value.
So, do we stick with your health insurance or go with mine?
Is your office even keeping its health insurance?
I don't know. What about that marketplace?
I'm not sure how it even works.
This is painful.
This is complicated.
This is simple.
Sanford Health Plan offers affordable health insurance options for individuals and families. We can even make sense of all the changes going on in healthcare today. Make it simple on yourself. Click SanfordHealthPlan.com.
Sanford Health Plan.
This is simple.
Audi A4 drivers have spoken. And they rank the A4 highest in Total Quality Index in its class. Experience the new Audi A4 at your local dealer today.
iMed Mobility offers a great selection of new and used accessible conversion vans. But our mobility solutions don't stop there. We also sell, install, and service stair lifts, platform lifts, and vehicle lifts, as well as modular ramps, vehicle alternative seating, and many other empowering mobility products. Whether in your home or on the go, iMed Mobility lets you live life free from limitations. Let us be there for you. iMed Mobility, sales, service, and rentals.
I was nervous for picture day. My mom let me pick out my outfit. She said, pick wisely. I stood in line with my friends, and then it was my turn.
Next.
There were big lights and a backdrop, and the picture lady said, wow, nice smile. And then there was this poof. I really like my picture.
Hi everybody, I'm Bill Gross, and joining me now is Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Tom, last weekend the Vikings were back home for a couple of home games. Started out on Friday night, and we ran into a buzzsaw as Bemidji State reined it in with 71% record shooting and came away with a victory over the Vikings.
Really anxious to see how our guys will bounce back. I mean, we just didn't come out. I thought we came out. We missed 4 shots within 4 inches of the rim, and if those go in or whatever, you never know. Maybe our attitude gets better, but I thought we kind of hung our heads a little bit. And, you get up 6-8-0 at home, then a team has to fight back. It could have possibly been a different game, but we controlled that, and we just didn't get her done. We had some great looks, didn't finish, and then pretty soon our defense wasn't very good. And we got into that, all about me attitude versus we, and start guarding our guys because they shoot the ball well. They shoot at 41.7% as a team from 3, and our guys were really worried about who they were guarding much more than team defense, help early recovery, and it all snowballed into a deal, and really too bad because it was a great crowd. Crowd was energetic. I thought it was a great start. I thought the people were there to watch a good basketball game. I have great respect for Bemidji. Like you and I were talking, they won the league 2 years ago. I mean, they've got a good program, good team, and it could have been a really special night, but just didn't happen, and got to move on. Well,
those things occur, as we know, and as Tom said, Bemidji's a good, solid ball club and is going to be reckoned with in that North Division. Well, Tom, the good news is came back on Saturday and got a win over Minnesota.
Yeah, got a win, but didn't play real well. Got to play better than that to consistently win in this league. This league is hard. I mean, you go play Friday night, get on a bus, travel up, and I thought, Crookston played well for a while, and then I think maybe fatigue hit them a little bit, and they're losing a good player. And Ashton Harrell, one of their better players, didn't play, probably their best player. So. I don't feel real sorry for teams in that situation as we're missing an entire team, but they really hung in there. Always have played us well, Bill. We were down to them 2 years ago in the second half here and ended up beating them. We were a very close game there last year. We ended up winning by 6. So they've always played us well. And again, I thought they played well for the most part. They're down 9 each half is what we beat them by, but that's only 4.5 baskets a half. And I'm glad we won, but we got to get better.
Well, the Vikings, Coach, don't be too hard on yourself here. We have lost a ton of players, as I think everybody knows. We're 10-6. We're 7-3 in the NSIC right now. We're in good position. One of the things that has been apparent, obviously, is with all of the losses of players, it's been more important for young guys to step forward. And last weekend, Devin Gilligan looked like he had a bounce in his step.
Yeah, Devin, Devin's had those minutes. Probably minute. I think we do a bunch of different stats, and for minutes played, he's one of the top 2 or 3 scorers on the team. We also have had a great opportunity to really see Adam Byer develop. It's just yeoman minute. I mean, he's just out there all the time. We got and he's really playing well. And I thought Jamal Taylor had some better minutes last weekend as well. So yeah, some very good things. And the nice thing is you're going to get Al Richter back. You're going to get Matt Brazendale back yet this year in a couple weeks. You're going to get Tanner Odegaard back next year. Obviously we'll miss Brennan and Zach, but we've got some kids coming back that'll only help, and we signed some good young kids. And I'm not, it's just you want to win every game. It's hard to see, the forest through the trees, and we absolutely feel that we should win every game, and that's where we are with everything. And so when you have a setback at home in front of such a great crowd, you got to shake it off. We always tell our guys to, always tell them next play, got to move on. But as a coach, boy, it just seems like those those losses just don't leave you, and the wins, you're just relieved for about 10 minutes and you move on.
Yeah, that's how the world of coaching goes. Well, Tom, this weekend the Vikings face another challenge. Starts out on Friday night against a very good Minnesota State Mankato team, and then on to Concordia St. Paul, a very dangerous ball club, on Saturday.
You know, interesting, Concordia was picked early very high, and I think they have a lot of talent. They've hung into a lot of games, and they're playing much better. And you know, we always have battles with Mankato, and they've got a great program, and Matt's done a very good job. So, you know, our guys tend to like to play up there. We've gone up there and won. We've gone up there, played very close. We've gone up there and got whipped, you know. So, you know, any one of those three things can happen, and you know, it'll be an interesting game Friday night.
Tom, good luck this weekend as the Vikings hit the road, and hopefully your team will do well. We're confident they will. When we come back, we will talk Augustana women's basketball with Coach Dave Krauth. We'll be right back.
I have evidence that proves my dad's a space alien. Speaks a weird language. Drinks green stuff. He says he's from Albuquerque. I'm not buying it. I mean, just look at him. And one more thing. He has a spaceship. The evidence doesn't lie. My dad's an alien.
The highly advanced Audi A6, named to Car and Driver's 10 Best. Experience exceptional value on the Audi A6 at your local dealer today.
Have you noticed more and more fees showing up in your account with your bank? Take a look at your statement. You may be surprised. At Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, the only surprise you'll find is how few fees there are. Imagine applying for your next loan or setting up your account with the peace of mind that as a member owner, you call the shots, including what fees to charge. So why let extra banking fees gobble up your money? Get your account and your loan from the place you own.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
This isn't an epic sports commercial.
There's no Hollywood director. There's no $1 million budget. There's no slow motion.
Or stadiums filled with crowds.
It's just us.
Us. Real athletes.
Real athletes.
Who want to get better, get stronger,
and make the starting lineup. Be healthy and active.
And this is where we'll do it.
The Sanford Sports Complex, a game-changing destination. Learn more at sanfordsports.com.
We're back, and with me now is Augustana women's basketball coach Dave Krauth. Dave, last weekend the Vikings got back home and picked up a couple of very important victories. It started out on Friday night against Bemidji State. Really nice win for the Vikings.
Yeah, it was you know, kind of an offensive night, I guess, would be a good way to describe it, where we were able to get up and down the court and you know, hit some shots. You know, we spread it around some of our scoring, and it was a nice win against you know, a real good Bemidji squad.
Well, one of the things we've faced all year in the ladies is a disadvantage in size, and it showed up again last weekend, but Bemidji especially, I think.
Yeah, no, that was, you know, the two kids up north are real all-American quality kids when we were on that previous road trip, and the Warmack kid for Bemidji is very, very good, probably not quite, you know, what I would call all-American status, but she was a National Player of the Month, and I mean, just had a great year for them, and you know, we couldn't stop her, but I think you know, we traded, and what, you know, when you just put it all together, I mean, I think our offense offset it.
Yeah, and they have a little disadvantage, you know, as we do in matching up with us. So great victory for the Vikings. Then on Saturday, a game that we knew was going to be tough. I think people always seem to think that Minnesota Crookston is a win, but this is a good basketball team, as we found out, Dave.
Yeah, no, and I mentioned earlier that you know, they don't have any seniors, so I really think it's almost too early to look to next year, but they're going to be a team to be reckoned with come next year. But a very quality team from up there. They've lost a couple tough ones to this point, and really played well. We got up, and then they just hung and fought back, and then we were kind of back on our heels a little to finish that off.
Yeah, but we got through it and picked up the victory, which was very important. Dave, some good performances again by the usual suspects.
Yep.
Go through kind of who played well.
Well, I think Rihanna Gullickson and Shantiva Ashley probably had the stat lines that would be, you know, clearly jump out at you. You know, I was almost surprised when you look at Rihanna's numbers. Maybe Shantiva averaged a few more points, but Rihanna about 20 and 7 and shoot 75% from the field. You get 2 wins and can't be player of the week in the league.
Yeah.
And But then we had solid performances. I thought Emily Schulte had a nice game on Saturday. Riley Norgard had 14 boards on Saturday, and it just is one of those kids with a nose for the ball. And then we got some kids came off the bench on particularly Friday and gave us some, Sydney Rome and some of those that you maybe haven't seen much from.
Yeah, it was a great team effort, and certainly, again, great victories for the Vikings. Well, this week, back on the road, 2 tough ones. Starts out Friday night at Mankato, and then we go up to Concordia St. Paul on Saturday. Dave, just got to go at them one at a time.
Yeah, and I think that is, what we have to do. I mean, I won't really look much at Concordia during the week. Mankato was just helter-skelter. They play 10, 12 kids every night, extended minutes, and come at you full bore, 94 feet for the full 40 minutes. The games that they have lost this year, it almost is pretty consistent that they give up a lot of free throws, and that did happen in our game here when we were able to beat them. And then up to Concordia, where we really haven't played well, got a couple wins in recent years, but haven't played that well, so it'll be a challenge.
Well, Dave, as you look at the league right now, we're into it quite a ways. It's starting to sort a little bit, but are there any surprises that you can see in the conference?
I don't think surprises. I think Wayne has really established themselves again as a front runner, and so, I mean, I'm not shocked by that. But and then on the north, I think I was aware Minot would be very good, and they're up there, and there's other teams. But Northern's women have really they beat Mankato and Concordia at home last weekend, so that the schedule actually turned out to favor them a little bit, but they took advantage of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got a ways to go yet in the race. The Vikings at Mankato on Friday night, at Concordia on Saturday. Good luck, Dave. When we come back, we will talk Hot Stove League. We'll talk Augustana baseball in the middle of January with Coach Tim Huber. Stay with us.
Some are new.
I'm Marissa from Minot.
Some have been with us for a while.
Welcome to Grand Forks. I'm Steve.
Yet no matter how long they've been with Mid-Continent Communications or where they work in our region,
I'm Dean, Bismarck, North Dakota.
Mid-Continent's 1,300 employees have a few very important things in common.
Hi, I'm Bob from Watertown.
They really care about your experience as a customer.
Welcome. I'm Julie from Mitchell, South Dakota.
They're committed to delivering exciting new entertainment and communication services.
Hi, I'm Erin from Sioux Falls.
And they believe that community service, from building houses for the homeless,
Jennifer from Fairmont,
to organizing events that bring whole communities together,
Hi, I'm Cole in Bemidji.
is just as important as providing great customer service. Because connecting people, no matter how we do it, is something we truly enjoy. Mid-Continent Communications, the connection that counts.
Williams shoots, gets up, he scores! Tie game! We are going to bring the ball up court under pressure. Long pass inside to Montgomery, he spins, the shot is up, and it's a 20-foot jumper from the 5'11" sophomore forward.
Our heritage is rooted in the gymnasiums of every town, big and small, throughout the region. For this reason, Sanford Health proudly presents Heritage Court at the heart of the Pentagon.
Audi A4 drivers have spoken. And they rank the A4 highest in total quality index in its class. Experience the new Audi A4 at your local dealer today.
Even a high-efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan high-efficiency water softener can. It saves you up to 46% on operating costs. For 100% beautiful glasses, just say, "Hey, Culligan Man."
Welcome back, and with me now is Augustana baseball coach Tim Huber. Well, Tim, it's cold outside, not too cold today like it was last week, but it's winter time, and you're probably thinking, why are you talking to the Augustana baseball coach? Well, these guys are hot into it right now with practice, and they've got baseball starting here in early February with games down south. So, Coach, we need to catch up on Augie baseball. First off, talk Talk a little bit about last year and how you felt about the way we finished up.
Last year was a good year. We had a good run at the end of the season. I think we won 21 of our last 25 games or something like that. We made a good run, finished 38-18 overall, and third in the conference, right behind Mankato. St. Cloud, we had a better series against Mankato. If we could have even just split with them, we had a chance to win the conference. So it was a overall pretty good season. Just missed out on making a regional. I think we finished in the 8th spot. So there's only 6 teams, unfortunately, make it for baseball. So we're battling to get that up to 8 like softball has and like the other sports. So we'll see.
Well, it was also an exciting year because we opened the new complex here, Karis Park at Ronkin Field. That was a lot of fun. Coach, you've been rolling. You do some fall baseball, and now you're into your routine here indoors in January. But talk about how it's been going and maybe about some of your guys that are going to lead the way for you.
Sure. Well, yeah, we're a little over a week in, and it comes pretty quick. February 1st is first game, so we're trying to get them ready to go. And we've got a really experienced team as far as position players go. Our offense should be hopefully our strong suit. We'll see how that plays out, but on paper that's the way it looks. Pitching, we're maybe not as deep as we've been, but we've got some guys at the top of the rotation. Starting with pitching, we've got 4 seniors that we're going to throw out there the first weekend and give them a chance. Bennett Johnson, senior left-hander. Kai Winter plays position for us as well, but a senior pitcher. Tyson Gow. And then Cole Jenkins, we're going to give him a shot this year to be a starter for us. He's kind of had some injury stuff, and we'll see what happens. And then in the bullpen, another senior is our closer, Derek Quam, had a great year last year. And another guy, Matt Musser, is a senior that had some good innings as a relief role specialist for us and gave up one run in 18 innings. So behind those guys, there's one other pitcher I'll mention. Mike Letkowitz is a sophomore who's been unbelievably good so far this winter. We hope he can be consistent, keep throwing strikes. But he's got a ton of talent. We'll see what happens there. And then jumping into our position players, our offense, there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of depth. We probably return 7 or 8 of our starters from last year on offense. We lost a couple good seniors, but other than that, everybody's back, and there's some good guys. I'll zip around the diamond. Tony Vigor is a guy at third base. If Tony's a little dinged up right now, so we'll see how that goes. But Tony's a senior at third base, one of our best players. We had played a freshman at shortstop, Zach Dibble, last year, and he was the defensive player of the year in our conference at shortstop as of just a freshman, and he'll be back. Second base, got a couple options there, but Jake Peterson's probably where he's going to end up. He's another senior who was an all-region player, and our leadoff hitter, stole almost 30 bases last year, pretty good player. First base, we got a couple options. Alex Fink was a freshman, hit over 400 last year, led us in hitting. And then Brendan Koisonen, a senior, will also play that spot. Outfield, once again, returners, Brian Duxbury, a senior in right. Kai Winter will play some center, and Marcus O'Neill is one of our better players in left. And we have a catcher in Jack Goyle, who is 2 years ago was a freshman of the year and hurt his hand last year, kind of set him back, but he's our catcher and has been really, really good so far this winter. And then one newcomer I'll kind of bring up is Bryce Berg, has been great offensively. So that's the rundown, I guess, for our guys.
Yeah, a lot of experienced players, a lot of depth in Augie baseball, and a lot of talent there, Coach, that's going to be fun to watch. You opened the season down in Arkansas. Talk about that road trip coming up here February 1st.
Yep, we play Southern Arkansas. February 1st start up, 4-game series. They're, I think, 13th in the nation right now. They're in our region, so they're really, really big games. I tell our guys we'll see what we're made of right away. The region's going to be really strong again with Mankato, St. Cloud. Southern Ark is right behind them, and then you got Powers in Central Missouri and Northwest Missouri State. So I think there's 5 teams in our region ranked in the top 20 right now. So it'll be a battle.
Yeah, well, it gets the season going, and the Vikings keep on playing in February and in March and into the spring. Tim mentioned that Mankato and St. Cloud are typically strong. They will be again this year. The last question here, Coach, your exciting news for Sioux Falls and for Augustana baseball. In May, we host the NSIC Conference Tournament.
Yep. It'll be fun. We're at the stadium in our park for the first 2 days, and then after that, we host the remainder of the tournament here at Ronkin Field, home of Karis Park, and so it'll be fun. It's nice to stay home and get some people here in Sioux Falls. Obviously, Augustana's hosted a lot of conference events the past several years, and it'll be good for us to get baseball here and show off a little bit. So
yeah, fans look forward to that coming up in early May. Coach, you've got a great program. You got a great season ahead of you, so good luck to you and your team.
Thanks, girl.
When we come back, we'll check the Augustana sports calendar for this week. Stay with us.
Whether you're in pain on Friday or get hurt on Saturday, injuries can happen any day of the week. Now you can walk right in for expert care at Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track. We're the first to offer a walk-in clinic at 4 convenient locations, 7 days a week with evening hours. Call 605-328-2663. Expert care when you need it. Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track.
iMed Mobility offers a great selection of new and used accessible conversion vans. But our mobility solutions don't stop there. We also sell, install, and service stair lifts, platform lifts, and vehicle lifts, as well as modular ramps, vehicle alternative seating, and many other empowering mobility products. Whether in your home or on the go, iMed Mobility lets you live life free from limitations. Let us be there for you. iMed Mobility, sales, service, and rentals.
I was nervous for picture day. My mom let me pick up my outfit. She said, pick wisely. I stood in line with my friends, and then it was my turn.
Next.
There were big lights and a backdrop, and the picture lady said, wow, nice smile. And then there was this poof. I really like my picture.
Combine Mid-Co-Net Extreme Wideband, the region's fastest internet, and mid-continent video with TV everywhere, and take shows you normally watch here and watch them anywhere, anytime. So turn your tablet into a TV, take CNN with you, catch the Cartoon Network up here. Turn any screen in the house into a mid-continent screen. Mid-continent video with TV everywhere and the flawless streaming performance of Mid-Co-Net Extreme Wideband make mid-continent the connection that counts.
Let's take a look at the Augustana sports calendar for this week. Friday, January 17th, basketball on the road for 2 big NSIC road games at Minnesota State Mankato. The women tip off at 6, followed by the men at 8. Saturday, January 18th, basketball finishes their road trip up at Concordia St. Paul. The women's games at 4, the men's games at 6. Wrestling back in action in tough competition at the Wisconsin Parkside Duels in Kenosha. And indoor track gets the winter season off in gear here at the Dort Invitational in Sioux Center, Iowa. And remember this Augustana athletic information. You can hear all men's basketball games on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide at KIKN.com. And Augustana women's games are on KXRB AM 1000 and worldwide at KXRB.com. And for complete information on Augustana athletics, go to our website, GoAugie.com, where you can also get discount tickets for our home athletic events at GoAugie.com/tickets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week for another edition of Augustana Sportscene. So long, everybody.
You have been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly review of Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.